What's up, everyone? Welcome to a happy hour, unlike any of our happy hours. In person, in the flesh, Jamal Williams
How y'all doing?
eating some cereal. What you got there?
Honey bunches of oats. Being healthy today. Then after this, I'm gonna go get some burgers in and out.
It works for a reason.
We're down here in the desert.
Yeah.
Let me turn it off, Dad.
It feels like yesterday. We were just out at the Thrill Hill draft, straight out of BYU, not knowing where your life was going to go, what was going to happen.
Guess.
And now you're the NFL touchdown king. How the hell did we get here?
How we get here?
Yeah, how'd you make it happen?
I got a wristband that says trust the process. So
Can you take the microphone?
just hanging out with my uncle and pretty much Yoda. That's pretty much his name. He's pretty short, so I just call him Yoda. That's his nickname. But pretty much just us just sticking to the plan, trusting the process, knowing that, if you stick with your plans, make goals, and really just work at it, honestly, and just be positive, blessings will happen. So, and just don't falter by the adversities, because we had a lot of adversities, but at the same time, we just kept the mentality of, because we know what we wanted to do. So, and then if we just kept the mentality of just stay fast, concentrate, focus on what we want to do in life, and I just want to be a good running back. And so I just had my goals as to just 8 touchdowns. And to get that this year, I had it last year, I had it for the years before, but now that I finally got it, now I can finally chalk that up and then make more higher goals. So it's just great. It just feels like you just living life and you just experiencing it. So
I feel like I don't even really need to introduce you because you're larger than life at this point.
don't say that. I'll
I'll blow all the smoke. Because football should be fun. I think way too many people in the sport take themselves way too seriously, right?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, a lot of sticks up asses, a lot of
Language.
Oh, I'm sorry, kids. Jeez. Sorry about that. Great.
No, you don't have to say sorry. They just want to say hi. They're going to bed. Say hi.
Oh, hey.
You're dying.
They unfortunately hear that at our house more than they should anyway.
Okay, just making sure. I got to BYU first, so
BYU, you'll get suspended for a month if you swear, right?
Oh, man, don't cuss at BYU. Golly, they take everything away.
But it's true. I think that's why you become such a fan favorite, to the extreme. It's just because you're yourself, you have fun.
Yeah.
We talk about anime.
Yeah.
You're 2 pumps, maybe 3 pumps on a good day. If it's a particularly creative touchdown,
I'm done.
You're done with the pumps
because I'm tired of getting fined, and they really are just weenies, bro. The reasoning for what they tell, because you can appeal it. You can try to appeal it, and for them to reduce it or just get rid of it in general. And for them to for whoever, whoever it is, I'm not putting no name of this, whatever. But for them to look at it and really think I'm doing something sexual, and then to have the audacity to take thousands of dollars from me for something that this is literally, I'm not doing it in no sexual way. This literally dude, and I'm sorry to keep saying this, but I've seen somebody's celebrations, they fell on the floor and they started twerking, really just breaking their back twerking. I'm and that only gets 4,000, but mine's get 13,000 off the bill. I'm just that's crazy.
How does that work? How does the twerk get 4,000? Was there any explanation on the discrepancy?
Honestly, I just think it's just because my hips be moving, so they be mad because it's so fluent. If I was bad at it, they probably would let it slide. But my hips is just good at moving, so they be thinking it's sexualized because it's so smooth. And so they just weenies, bro.
You're too good of a dancer. That's the problem.
Don't worry, I am done because I will not get fined again for my celebration.
How many times have you gotten fined for celebrations?
It was just 2, but it's just 2 is enough. I'm you literally almost took 18,000 for a second. I'm 18,000. I'm y'all are some weenies, bro. So
yeah. How does that go down? When you get fined, is it a letter in your locker in the mail?
Get a letter from a dude. And they pretty much just give it to you and they say sorry while they're giving it to you, so it's a fine. I'm just like, bro, this is malarkey. Ugh, I hate the fines. It's stupid fines too. They don't even fine the thing that you think you should get fined for.
I know.
Pushing somebody, altercations. If you physical with somebody, give them a fine. They touching somebody. I'm not even touching nobody. I'm just minding my own business. They're just weenies.
Well,
That's
you're
all.
not. It's not like you've heard from distraught, moms and children of America. Your
That's
mother.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I literally have kids doing my dance towards me, and the parents are literally laughing at it. And I'm just like, wow, they let their kids put their hands up and they be getting at it. I be like, oh yeah, that's it.
Oh my! Well, you had a lot of reasons to celebrate. Want to definitely we'll open it up here for questions. We got a lot of Jamal Williams fans in the house, I'm sure. But like, just quick on this past season, because we talked the training camp into the season, and you were hell bent, determined to change the way everybody thinks about the Detroit Lions. You made it very clear. It's got to change, and you were going to try to be the one to change it, and you did. I mean, I know you guys didn't make the playoffs, but you won a lot more games, and you were a big reason for it. I mean, how did it go? Since we last talked.
We getting there. It's just we ain't there yet. Well, we getting there though. Yeah, great season, but we ain't make playoffs, so it's not it. And we ain't just trying to make playoffs. We're trying to win the whole thing. So it's not it. If you ain't thinking Super Bowl, then you just basically wasting time. Or you just there for the ride and loving football. If you just love like the play, that's one thing. If you trying to play to win a Super Bowl and honestly be the best, that's another. So
Did it change? I mean,
yeah, it was changing. It's just still we just got to finish game, and the more we learn how to finish games, we got a lot of young players, but at the same time, they learned quick. At the end of the season, they caught on, and I'm proud of them. I'm proud of all of them because they really went to work, and it takes a lot of just discipline to play this game and be a professional about it, and they went about their business the right way, and we finished strong, which means another thing of having another mental of knowing. Hopefully, I didn't know that we got eliminated yet. I was just playing.
You didn't know?
Nah, I didn't know. So I was playing off pure raw emotion of, hey, we got it. We win this game. We go to playoffs. That's in my head, but I'm glad I didn't say nothing about playoffs. I would have felt so stupid.
So Dan didn't say anything to you guys before the game? He wasn't like, hey, really?
Nope. I was like, don't tell me nothing. Let's go out here.
Because I'm picturing because even though Seattle won, I'm thinking, all right, well, I'd love to be a fly on the wall in that locker room because Dan Campbell's gonna he's gonna get you going on beating Green Bay in Green Bay, ending their season.
It was literally no, he didn't say nothing about that. It was just let's go out there and let's go win this game. And that's why I was like, I had no indication from nobody's speech that we lost. Well, we weren't gonna make the playoffs. So man, that's the mentality I like about us. Like I didn't know we did not make it, but the way we was playing like we was about to make playoffs. And I loved it. So for me to not know and to see how we was playing on the field for our last game, it just gives me more inspiration for next season.
Well, they gotta, show you the money, right?
Yeah, that's why I just manifested next season. Just say it.
All right, let's hear it, gang. We have Packer fans, we have Bills fans, we have Jamal Williams fans. Just whoever wants to take the floor, let her rip. I see Jesse.
Hey Ty, hey Jamal. First off, want to say thank you for all your time with the Packers. Loved you as a player. Hated to see you go. My one question is, are the Lions still feeding you good and taking you out to nice fancy dinners? And how fancy are they going to be?
This year they did. This year I got fed well. I was getting fed good DoorDash. I ain't going outside, but yeah, I'll get fed that good DoorDash. And hopefully next year we do the same thing, but just waiting on it. You just got to control what you can control and go from there. So I'm not doing anything I don't need to do, just manifesting good things to happen. But whatever happens is part of my journey, but I'll be good wherever I'm at. But I want to be in Detroit. They just say it like that. But, I tried.
I mean, how hard was it, to leave Green Bay? You were beloved there. They still love you, obviously. You don't really see that a lot.
Still do.
Players, there you go, Paul. Like players leave Green Bay and you don't know what direction it's gonna go. It's a passionate fan base.
Yeah. If like I like being in Green Bay too, but being in Green Bay, I had my role there was gonna be where it was, just because of like on the offense with what we had already, and I just wanted to do more. I just know I could do more. I just know that you give me the ball and let me really go, I can let some start like moving stuff. I can get some furniture moving. I could, I can start a thunderstorm or something. I just feel it like. But we gotta, you know what I mean? Like I'm a mutter. I'm a real old school type of runner that likes, multiple carries and let them know like you gotta tackle me if you want this. But if not, I'm gonna get 7 yards, 10 yards, 4 yards at the least. That's it. But 4 yards is still, give me the ball, I'll get you 4 yards at the least. You know what I mean? So I just want teams to know that I'm just consistent. This is what I do. I love running the ball, but at the same time, I'm trying to get in the passing game more. I need to get in some screens. I gotta get my receiving stats going a little bit more again. And
The running style, though, like when we were out on the Thrill Hill, but 6 years ago at this point, I mean, like Luke said, Walter Payton was somebody he looked up to, right? He was going to his camp, and he ran a hill. You guys run a hill. I mean, does it go back that far? I mean, what running backs inspired you with the style you just kind of described?
I like big backs. So the first big back that always comes to my mind first, it just happens. Brandon Jacobs. I just love Brandon Jacobs because people were so afraid to tackle that man. It was just great to see. Brandon Jacobs, I was a Rams fan for most of my life, so I like Steven Jackson. I like Marshall Faulk, Eric Dickerson. Those are not my running type of style, but I just like because they Rams. I like Earl Campbell. It's just so funny. Every time I see that goal line, he put his helmet in his chest. That is just so funny to me. I like Eddie George.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Eddie George be getting loose a little bit too. So
the backs who inflict and absorb the maximum amount of pain.
That's because we really in the trench, you know what I mean? Like we feeling it the same as everybody else, and maybe even more like the linemen do. So that's why I feel like some running backs, like we feel more lineman-ish than we do like the receivers, because they put us in, you got lineman, skill, combo, and they put us in a combo. But I'd be like, you might as well just make me a lineman. Let me run with the lineman stuff. But nah, I was just like, but the combo is good, and I'll be in between too, like, because most of the fast little running backs, they're skill. I'll be thinking like, do I want to go skill? You know what I mean? And make it hard on myself and run with them. Or just run with linebackers and like actually my size, because that's what I feel like I'll be if I play defense. Is either safety, but down in the box safety though, not out there safety, not Troy Polamalu with it safety. I'm talking in the box. Yeah, Cam Chancellor like safety there. Curl flats, that's me. That's it. But I just.
It's that Marshawn Lynch quote, right? Like, get
Marshawn Lynch
and over and over.
Right.
Like, there's a value to a running back
Yeah.
who just wants to hit you and hit you and hit you.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of guys like that.
You don't even got to be like the biggest running back either. You could be one of them little short pluggers like Maurice Jones-Drew, Frank Gore, like them real no neck running backs. Them the ones that's scary too.
You gotta look out for the no-neckers.
Oh no, this one, I can't remember his name, but it was a running back, and he was literally like he was bald, but he was all neck, like nothing but neck. He was muscly.
Oh,
like, yeah, and when we do pass protection, like one-on-ones, that boy used to use all of this before he used his hand. Like,
who was it? In college or Green Bay?
In Green Bay.
In Green Bay?
Yeah, he didn't play enough. He got there.
That's diehard Packer fans. Anybody know what he's talking about?
He had a neck. He was bald too. He had a
neck.
Big neck.
Practice squad?
Yeah, he was on practice squad. I think this was in training camp. Like,
that's a deep cut. That's a really deep cut. I don't know.
It's far, but he was just all neck. And when he pass protect, like when he first got there, we did the pass protection. He literally hit just this first. I was so amazed, and he excuse my language, he fucked him up. Like it was crazy.
I didn't know you could hit somebody with your neck.
That's what I said. I was like, I've never seen somebody pass the tech like this before.
Why? Why would like? What? I guess if it's a muscle
No.
and you know how to use it.
Like
But
this was all. Just
All right.
imagine the Incredible Hulk right in this area only. It just hit somebody.
we gotta find out who this is. All right. Well, what else we got, gang?
I just want to know if you would ever go on a darkness retreat.
Oh, most definitely. My
Me too.
Utah mom is like a healer type. She isn't like that type of business. So I already asked her about it. So we're gonna try, and we probably might do one of those. I've done nothing like that, but I've been on like a mind spiritual journey with just me, like breathing, and it's crazy how it works too. But if you really like let your mind go and don't think about, how people might perceive what it's like, but you just let your mind go and just let it go, you'll be surprised what your mind will do and what you see, and then how after you see it, like your perspective on life is a little bit different. You still might be the same, but it's just a little bit, you have a little bit more understanding or another perspective that you never thought you would see it. So that's like the best way that I can explain it.
How long did you do that for?
Oh, we was like, and it was great. We was just like lights was on. We was normal mentoring thing, and like it was just, it felt like hours, but it was only probably like maybe an hour. But I was like, I was gone. I was in it, and like I could like feel myself. I could feel like myself. I was like looking at myself, and I was just like crying and.
Really?
Oh yeah, and I'm already an emotional guy, but I'm emotional when it really is hitting the heart. So I really just trusted in what was happening and just let my mind go free, and I think that's why now I feel even more free of just being myself and understanding like how much I've been through just in life and my journey. Because that's one of them is like I just felt like I went through my whole journey in life a little bit. And then at one point, I actually saw like 5 different times of myself. One was like when I was young, one when I was like 12 to 13, another one was when I was in high school, another one in college, then another one like, I'm already in this one right now, but like 30, 40, you know what I mean? And then another one I was like hella old. And it was like, I was like talking to myself and like just, I started from the past, just talking like, telling my past about what I've been through now, then going from there. And then when I finally got to my older self, I'm like asking them what's up, you know what I mean, about my life. Yeah, it was a lot.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, but that's just like the imagination going crazy. So
Did it feel like real? Like was it beyond just sitting here thinking about it?
yeah. Because you it's literally especially when you put the senses on in the ambiance and when you're in the right space in the right area to be at, like a quiet room, like that yoga or like that soothing music, and literally just focus on the breath. So close your eyes, go in your mind, you know what I mean? And just honestly just sit there and just breathe and just let it go from there. But you can't be closed-minded about it though. You gotta let it just flow. You gotta let it flow by yourself. Like whatever you do by yourself, when nobody's looking, that's the time to do it, so you feel more comfortable.
What did you see?
What did I see?
Yeah, like when you're talking to yourself as like I don't know
Kid?
in the future, like when you're 30, 40 years old, like what are you saying? What do you see? What do you ask?
Shoot, I was asking like regular simple things too, like do I got a family? Am I good? Like what has happened in life different from football? But I was literally talking to myself in like code, and then I fucking hated it. I ain't gonna lie to you, my weedy ass. I'm talking to myself, and I put myself in code. This is what happens when you watch too much anime and play video games, because you used to the challenge, and then you got to go search for it and shit. And I was like, you asshole. And I was literally
Probably is a result of all the anime. You should probably get off of the anime.
That's the funny part, though. It's like people may think when you go on these things, it's so serious in your mind. And I'm literally talking to myself like this, but in older form. but in riddle form. I'm just like, you're such a weenie. He's like, hey. And I'm playing, like I'm talking to myself with this whole personality. It's just like, man, I ain't never changing. But I'm learning things. So it just made me like real just happy. I feel more release. I feel like I'm learning more of what I can deal with, what I can't deal with, what I can control. And what I can control, just let it go and deal with what I can control with. And that's easier said than done, just because people have things that they can't control, but it's always in the back of your mind and always making you worry about what the future is about or what's going to happen to you. But the more you just understand that, there's always going to be ebbs and flows. There's always going to be adversity, higher and lows. Just try to be the best person that you can be. And like in a world full of darkness, try to be a light. And it's very rare that, out of all the stuff we see most of the time is a lot of craziness, conflict, somebody like dying, somebody got hurt. It's always something bad. It's never a real good, genuine thing that's happening. And that's why I really try to stay away from TV and all this and just go out and experience life by making my experiences with people, being nice and just show them like there's genuine people out in this world. No matter what you do in life, like you may see me on TV, but I try to tell people as much as I can. I'm just regular schmegular dude. Yeah, I walk the Target. Like I literally go to the same places all the time. And the people see me, they just be like, wow, like I could get done with a game and I go straight to my gas station, park up, then I go home, but it'd be like the same little kids in there that they work in there. It's like some teenagers. And they'd be like, listen, come back, great game today. You go, hey, get it next time. I'd be like, it's all right, dog. But it's like I see normal people all the time and I go home like a normal person. So I just try to make sure y'all know I'm as normal and as weird as it gets.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said.
This is what happens when you make me talk.
I love it. All right, real quick, I got a text from Jesse here on the happy hour, and he thinks he found the player. Is this it? Anthony Filial?
No.
That's not him. Okay.
Was it a running back or was it a lineman?
Running back. He was a running back. A running back. He was bald. He wasn't
Bald,
there long.
yeah.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
He wasn't there that long.
The no-neck search continues.
Mhm.
Aaron Rukowski or no? Fullback.
Not Aaron Ripkowski?
Not a fullback.
Hmm.
He was a running back. He wasn't there for long, but he was there long enough for a one-on-one pass pro protection contest. I was like, whoa. That was crazy. I've never seen somebody block somebody with a neck. Straight like right in your chest. Like almost like Earl Campbell, but without him dipping his head, he hit with this. The crazy part.
Softball for Adam Zappel. Just
I wait to see if somebody gonna get it. I really want to know if he gonna get his name.
who else we got in here? We got a lot of Packer fans. JB in the house.
Hey, I think. Yeah, I have a question. I think Connor's got his hand up though.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll shut the heck up here.
No, you're good. Ty, good to see you. Jamal, what's good?
Nice glasses.
Hey, appreciate it, man.
Mhm.
So the main question I had, obviously, you went from the Packers over to the Lions. And the Packers, like, y'all had a good culture there, winning culture. Obviously, y'all win a lot. But then you go to the Lions, and like y'all were like doing a rebuild, but y'all are really competitive. Y'all play your ass off for Dan Campbell, and obviously, like we saw Hard Knocks last year. We saw how y'all rally around him and like that coaching staff that he assembled. I was wondering, what are like the main differences in the culture between the Packers with LaFleur and the Lions with Campbell?
Oh, I think the main one was just the mentality and just like at Green Bay, we already knew Super Bowl or bust. That's it. Really, Super Bowl or bust. That's all they kept. Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. But at the same time, it was like take it one game at a time, but Super Bowl, Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So you already knew what the standard was with the Packers, and it should be a standard for all teams, but it depends on what your team is at. And so the point that Detroit was at when I got there, it was like it was just losing. It was just used to losing, and then a whole bunch of fresh people came in. They got rid of a lot of people and brought in a whole bunch of people. And so I think bringing in a new wave of people brought a new wave of energy. You know what I mean? Because there's certain people even that's been there, like you could just feel it, like they just get numb to it sometimes. They just get used to it. When you shouldn't get used to losing. You know what I mean? Like you should want to win all the time. And don't get me wrong, it's not like they doing it on purpose. It's just repetition. Sometimes it'll be, certain people in there that makes the environment, the influence in there not the same. It doesn't bring the team together. And I feel like that's what we did different is everybody was new. We all knew. We all still trying to get it. We have a lot of young players too. We got a lot of new vets and new roles too, especially myself too, as in now I'm a leader instead of I was on a team where we had a whole bunch of vets and I really didn't have to say nothing. I could just be me and go out and play. Like I didn't need no motivation. I could do this. This is what I do. But now that I'm on a team where I got a lot of young players, a lot of rookies, a lot of people who haven't played yet, you know what I mean? It's like now I got to use my experiences I've been through and just let them know, how the league is. I got to, if I feel like the energy not there, I got to say something. And that's what we was learning all together. Me, JG, all the vets really was just trying to get everybody together, understand like whatever you thought about the Lions. I know what people say about the Lions all the time. Just you really have to block that out and really have to make a new narrative for us. You know what I mean? And like just don't believe what they're saying. If you believe the noise, then you're gonna play like it. And that's what they want you to do. So you always gotta go against the grain, especially if it's a negative. You gotta go against that negative grain and bring that positivity out. So I feel like I just try to do it as much as I can by just being me, and at the same time just show them like I don't care where I'm at. If I'm on the field, I'm gonna give you my all. I'm gonna play at my hardest. And I'm gonna be a dog out there and just go out there and make plays and play with my teammates and make sure that they playing at a mentality that's gonna keep me safe. Shit, I need them to be safe. The only way you gonna be safe is playing like you want to play, like it's your last play, and that every time. And that's the only way you need to play. And I think that's what we learned how to do now. Is especially it was just for us is just finishing games. Like it was a couple of key plays, and it's always come down to like 2-3 plays every game that defines the game if you're gonna win it or lose it. And sometimes we always, most of the time we came on the bad end of those. Lose by a field goal, lose by throwing an interception later, or just some boo-boo that we shouldn't have lost to. And so for us to like take those L's and then still in our head know that we're so close. And we've been saying we're so close for a while too, but now we can't say that no more. But we've been saying we're so close to getting over the edge. Like keep going, keep chopping the wood, keep going. And now that I don't like it, but yeah, we did good this year. I still don't feel like we was at our potential. We know we did it. Like we started off bad, but we came back on it. But that's just my mentality and just me just being a competitor. It ain't job done until we get a damn Super Bowl, and I want one.
Is that the expectation next year in Detroit?
All the time, like.
The realistic. I mean, is that the new expectation?
Forget playoffs. Like if you get in the playoffs, it's good. Now it's a Super Bowl, but for us, we gonna work on just starting fast, and then we can finish. We know how to finish now, but it's more of just starting fast and letting people know like we not meant to be played with, And already teams like to undermine and think they got stuff in the bag and all that until they come out and have to play a team that does not care about your record, does not care about what you think about us, and you have to play. So, but we getting there. They're doing good though. They're doing good. I'm proud of my youngsters.
You're talking a half century of that losing culture. I mean, it's not like the Lions were just bad a few years.
I was only there for 2 years.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, what you are undoing and changing is like a half century in the making. So
I know people were trying before, and it's not like they wasn't trying to do it on purpose, but it's just, it just depends on everybody just being on the same accord and the whole team being together. Still, you cannot win the game with just one person. So.
I have several friends that are Lions fans, and I bought several of them for Christmas. The Lions t-shirts that says rebuilding since 1957.
I hear that. That's honestly funny. But I don't take nothing personal. That's pretty funny to me. I would take one of those if you don't mind. Those are funny. Like, I don't understand why people can't take a joke. This is a game. It's not like you're playing.
Exactly.
The one, not the one putting my body on the line. Hey, but yeah, that's funny though. You're an asshole, but they're funny.
Not the first time I've heard that today. So
He said today too. He said he gets a daily of 5 assholes a day.
that'd be a lot. But
Oh, he said that's a lot. No, I think that's a good medium right there. Honestly.
hey, quick question. So like we've seen you go through a lot, and like it feels like you're becoming a more authentic version of yourself every season, right? We see a little bit more of who you are, and I'm curious. It seems like we've seen some sides of like mental health, and the NFL is haltingly trying to think about it. But as you've gone through the seasons, like how do you work on yourself, and how do you think that's changing in the league?
Oh, just working on ourselves, or just find out who you are.
Yeah, both.
You were pretty open when we were talking back in August about exactly that too, you know?
Well, I just think it's just a norm for just most people be close guarded, and like especially in like reporters or doing any interviews, like most people just don't like doing it because they don't like to, open up most time and be themselves. They give the generic answer to some stuff that, you know what I mean? Like put some flavor into it. And that's why I be laughing so much, because I'm like, people really love me for me just being me, which is crazy. Because I be like, just show some. I be trying to tell my teammates too, show a little bit. On those videos, they be like, come on, first down, let's go, get pumped, come on. I'll be like, but they the star players, so they got to be on there. And it's just like, ugh. This is just horrible. Like, if y'all don't put some emotion into this, boy, that's why. Like, I love seeing Michael Irvin's. I like Steve Smith too. Like the certain old players that be doing it for the teams, like the beginning before they come out, maybe having the speeches, and like Michael Irvin got a good one for the Dallas. I'll be like, yeah. And I love it. I'm like, all that stuff just get me turned. That's why I be liking it. Because that's football, right, Lewis? Because they showing straight emotion. It's straight, raw, authentic emotion. And that's why I feel like you can connect to it better. I ain't like, I missed it. The dude who used to get slapped for his pre-games.
John Henderson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I watched it on YouTube, I was in high school for that. And as soon as I seen it, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start doing that. And all through high school, I had my backup quarterback, Keith, and on the sideline too. I'm like, Keith, slap me. I'm like,
he smacked you across the face?
Yeah, I told him, do it again. That ain't hurt. Then we be good. But it's just, I don't know. Those are the type of things that get me going. I watch a lot of anime. We get pumped. I feel like you gotta charge up to get going, and once it's on, it's on. We gotta wait for the whole game to be done before I can relax again. That's why, like, during the whole week, I'm so and I've learned this too, because I used to be tired. You do it the whole week, I literally just learned how to simmer, and like I show baby emotion. I don't do nothing. I just be quiet and I keep it inside until game day, and then I just let it all loose, and I can. But
it probably is like pen up, or like it's ready to unleash at that point.
I did that for Green Bay. Oh, I was dummy simmering in that one. I did not do anything. I was just breathing. That's as much simmering I did until it was time to. And then in the game, like the pregame, I put my music on. Oh, it was a heavy metal day. I was into it today. Oh, yeah, it was ruthless.
What do you listen to?
Heavy metal?
Yeah.
Oh. Metallica, sure. But it's this, I'm trying to find it. It's this one people call, I say Slipknot. I do like Slipknot too. Nobody gets out alive. Let me find it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Nobody.
Maybe the System of a Down. That get you going.
No, I do like metal songs. I got a whole playlist. It's called.
Well, there it is.
Let me find it. Rocking. What is it? Rocking and rolling. There you go. I got like good songs with it. I got
Disturbed. 3
Yeah.
Days Grace.
You know Black Tide? Yeah.
Wait. Go back.
Which one?
Phil Collins. I
Oh.
like it. Phil Collins makes his way on
Phil
that
Collins.
playlist.
Phil Collins in the air. It has to. You can't put it in this.
Slipknot. Phil Collins. You know, tomato.
It's just. It's just a good one.
Do we
I
have
literally walk around
other
the
Phil
field
Collins
and
fans
smell it.
out there? Do we have some Phil Collins fans?
Jamal's all about the drum solo. Just right before,
Most definitely. I'm telling you, it is even funnier on Hangover. That's why I love it even more. That, and then I found out that I knew I liked him because he did the soundtrack for Tarzan too. Oh, Tarzan soundtrack go crazy, and that Phil Collins man, ugh, that's a man right there, man. He's a good one. I got Jaguar. There you go, Rob.
There it
Zombie.
is, Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Okay.
But these are my these.
Tenacious D.
Yes, Tenacious D. That last scene with the devil. Oh, that's my favorite thing to like. For word, I got almost down, and I literally just be listening to it. I was driving to California, and it's like 3 hours from here, and I literally probably listened to it like 5 times. It was a great song. That's what I'm saying. And Jack Black is just awesome. I think he's one of the funniest dudes in the world.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it.
Yeah, that's, you know.
Strong.
All right, I got a question for you. 2 parts. All right, so first part is what's the biggest flex that you've done yourself or seen? The second part has to be you, Jamal, but biggest anime related flex.
My biggest flex?
The biggest flex overall can be anybody. Just biggest one that you've seen.
Oh, the biggest flex I've seen.
Yeah.
I think it was Zeke. He gave like all the defense everybody on the defense like a beanbag, and then one of the and then
A beanbag.
Yeah, a big beanbag. And Billy Wynn, he already had one when he was there. He already had one, so he was like, "You want this?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" So I got me a full free beanbag. There we go. I say that one. So, and then for me, anime flex, it's hard to say, but I would say probably this like getting like clothes like this from just anime companies that like just love me for me loving anime and not even no, they just some of them don't even watch football. They just know I just support anime, giving shout outs and stuff. And so they be sending me things, but they give me clothes which I wear on game day too, and then I tag them. You know what I mean?
There you go. Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
For game day, I love anything anime because it's just my way of showing support to people and my designers that I like. Like I don't like the Gucci's and all that
Right.
extra, the maze that we have. And there's some.
We should note that you're sitting here on a go along happy hour instead of at NFL honors dressed to the nines on the red carpet.
Oh yeah,
So that's what I like.
Is that tonight? I didn't know that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Said, hold on, I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna go watch it now.
That's the most contrived bullshit event. I'm sorry. It's just dumb.
Why is it dumb?
I don't know.
Why you don't like it?
Dude, a red carpet for football. Does football need a red carpet? You're just talking about old school running people over and everything.
They were going to those things.
They were no. Earl Campbell's not waltzing up to an NFL honors on the red carpet.
They did. When did they start?
He'd
that?
spit on the red carpet and go home.
When did they start the honors thing?
Like 5 years? I don't know. Well, not like 10 years ago. Right? 10, 12 years.
Something in there. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
it wasn't that long ago.
I'm an old curmudgeon.
You're fine. As long as I don't have to go, I'm cool with it. I just don't want to go. Like I want to be successful, not successful enough to have to go to them boo-boo things.
Exactly.
And I don't.
You don't need to be you don't need to be seen with celebrities. No, you don't need your ass kissed and told how great you are with yes men and women all around you.
Nah, it's just not my scene. I'm just more of a, get the work done and just go home and live that boring, content life, man. I'd rather go play. I want to go play Harry Potter right now because I'm getting pretty good at it right now. I'm only at level 15, but I'm ready to get loose. I already got a whole bunch of spells. I'm going crazy.
Play Harry Potter?
Yeah, the game is out.
There's a game. I didn't even know there was a game.
It's fire.
Really?
You don't like it. What school you at?
Probably. I just read the books and watched for the first time like a year ago.
That's fine.
So, I think it was Ravenclaw.
You be Ravenclaw?
Yeah.
What a weenie.
Who's your favorite? Like, who's the underrated character in Harry Potter that you like?
Oh, I personally, I don't really like none of them, but
No,
because if I was in there, Harry would have been dead already, and I'm Team Slytherin, and I would have been Voldemort's secondhand man until I stabbed him in the back and became the real evil man. Oh, they will all be flunked in Harry Potter. Because I would in anime, I love to be the villain. That's why.
I will say that was my spoiler alert. That was my problem with Harry Potter. Nobody. All right, if you're gonna read or watch Harry Potter, come here. Nobody dies. Nobody really dies.
You right.
I mean, one person does. No, two people do. I guess some people died, but
I guess some people died.
One of the three should have died. Like one of those three should have died. I think.
Nah, you got.
No, you don't.
You do.
That's what made Thrones so good.
Because they was killing. I never watched
early Thrones. Late Thrones is terrible.
With the blue people in it. Yeah, like the blue people.
The blue people.
Yeah, the dude, the frozen blue person.
Oh, the Night King and all them.
Yeah, you don't like him?
I liked him, but he kind of died like a bitch. I mean, he went down easy.
Yo, you know what's the stupidest ending to a movie that was so stupid? You seen the first Doctor Strange? Did he not die? He was dying multiple times in realms, and it's because the villain, I guess the dude got tired of it. Did he get tired of it or something?
I didn't see that.
Watch the ending of this Doctor Strange movie, the first one, and tell me that ending was not the weeniest thing I've ever seen.
Has anybody seen it?
No,
nobody.
Exactly.
Nobody.
It's been a little too long. It's been a little too long.
Hey.
But I think you're right. I think you're right. I think it was something like that.
Homework. Y'all watch that movie and tell me when you get to the end of that. Tell me how pissed you are at how weenie Doctor Strange is. Oh, that's why I don't like Marvel. And like I rather watch anime before the Marvel and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, because they be playing around in there. Like Batman, he literally keeps people alive so he has a job. I'd be like, all right. And I do a very good Batman, by the way, too.
Get into why you like anime then off of that. Like,
okay.
For people who don't know.
Why I like anime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
It's great for your values. I don't do a good Batman when I got to talk about stuff. Yeah, but if I'm talking about Gotham, I'm freaking in there. Anime, because I like it just because, like, most of the shows y'all might think is just fighting or kid stuff, but there's a lot of mature things that's happening in it that really shows you, like, people can go from the nastiest situations and, have the worst things happen to them in their lives, but you can always, a matter of just a mental, of always just flipping it around and understanding that you don't have to be what your past was. You don't have to be what your, the things that you would think will make you evil. You don't have to be that. You can still be a good person. This dude in Naruto, he literally as a kid was getting ridiculed. People was saying he had a demon. Well, he had a demon in his stomach at the time. Not like that. It's more, not like that. It's more, he's a good guy. The Nine-Tailed Fox is a good guy. Don't worry. But basically, he had that in his stomach as a kid because the Nine-Tails was destroying the village. He was destroying the village and he got sealed into Naruto's stomach. But everybody knew that and they literally said, get him away, calling him names, freak and all that stuff. And then, Naruto as a kid, he was crying. His parents are dead. Like he literally was just getting taken care of barely getting taken care of by the president of the village. Like barely, like he was treating him like a prisoner. He was giving him food like at his house and, never seen him or nothing like that. But he was making sure that he was taken care of. But he was basically alone most of his life. But at the end of the day, his goal was to be president of the village that was making fun of him. You know what I mean? And then basically, like, that was when he was little. This is when I was a kid. Now, like, the president Naruto now, this man is a grown man. He got a family. He got a kid named Boruto that got his own show now. Like, it's different. But his whole journey, me just watching it, and so many people that he influenced on just being a good person, having values of knowing what he wanted to do. Like, a lot of people tell him, you can't be president, you can't be Hokage, you can't do that. And he literally did not listen to him at all and literally made them believers. You know what I mean? Went against the grain to become the best person that he can be. And now he, you know, he's president of his village. He got a good, beautiful family. I mean, they're still going through stuff because it's ninja stuff, you know what I mean? But he's like, he's living his life out, and now he has more goals. And I like it because, you know, once you hit a goal, most people are content with that goal, and then they don't want to keep going. They don't understand that your full potential is you just having that mentality for it. So that's why I like anime. I get a lot from it, but I also get a lot. I didn't know it went
that deep. I had no idea.
Oh, I didn't really talk about. I like all the villains too, so I be liking the villains that be fucking people up. There's one anime where this dude is a villain. He like a vampire, and he was turning people into basically like his slave, like zombies. And then, like, so he got a room full of like zombie vampires with him, and he has this lady with her baby, and she was like, "Please, sir, please don't kill my baby." And he was like, "Oh, don't worry, I won't." And he basically turned her into a vampire, and she ate her own baby.
Oh, God. Jeez. So it gets dark. It's dark. Jeez.
I was dying because he was laughing too, and I was dying. I'm just sorry. It's just an anime villain thing. I just love him. It's just great. Don't worry, he gets his butt whooped a little bit. Don't worry. He
Diabolical.
Yeah.
To do that justice.
Yeah, but it's great. There's some great animes out there that like Full Metal Alchemist for anybody that want to try one. That's a good one too.
Okay.
So it gets a little freaky in there too, as in they go through a lot too. But most of these animes, these kids is losing their parents. They don't even got mama and daddy. They literally just learning from people and experiencing from people they experience. So, and then they probably see their parents in their mind or like a past trauma or something like that. But that's it. They only got memories of them most of the time. But it's just great. Don't worry.
Dark and deep, and
it depends on what anime you like.
Yeah,
there's so many. I promise you. Like TV shows, like you got your crimes. There's crime shows. There's cooking shows. There's sports shows. There's investigators. There's dramas, soap operas, all in just anime form. Yeah, anime. That's why I don't need to watch TV.
We got some more folks out there.
When you did the playoff game, you introduced yourself as First Swag Kazakage, right?
Yeah.
How many takes did you only do one take and you're like, that's it, that's who I am? Or
no. See, look, this is the crazy part. The people who be thinking they know what y'all want to see on TV don't know nothing. They just so generic. And this is what happened. I did that. I did all of that. And they was like, "Oh, it's too long. Can you just say your name and the school you from?" And I'm like, come on. Nah, I'm gonna say First Swag Kazakage, and then I say BYU. And then I said that, and I'm like, damn, like they gonna use that one. And then they ended up using the whole thing. So I'm like, all right, cool. Weenies. I tell you. Well, whoever was the overlord, he was like, nah, use that one. The lady who was like recording this, she was like, "Oh, they might not use that one." Yeah, I'm like, you don't know what they want. You don't know what the people want. You can't censor me.
Yeah. You know what the people want more than NBC.
That's what I'm saying. Let them know. Golly, she following the rules and following the quota of how many seconds it gotta be. Like, man, just let me get this done so I can go home. Weenie. Yeah. What you laughing at?
I don't know. It's just everybody kind of does what they want on those. I don't know what. I think they're singling you out. I think they saw you coming. And yeah.
I don't know. Next time if they let me do it again.
Didn't Deion Dawkins do Yardy Schno University? I mean, everybody does something.
No. But mine is it was long.
It was long.
It was very. That's what they was complaining about. But next time, I'm gonna just look at the camera and just start laughing.
Oh, you should do that.
I am. I might not even say my name. I'm just going. Yeah, that's
And then you
it.
just cut this.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that one next. I'm gonna be like, "Can you say your name?" No, I cannot.
I don't know.
I'm gonna start talking like that dude from Waterboy. I'm gonna buy shit. I'm gonna buy that.
Farmer Fran.
Yeah.
That's what you should do. Go full Farmer Fran.
I gotta find the one.
You got a whole off season to perfect it.
I know. I gotta find that one where he was wasn't Amazon was talking to I think Vicky or something. They just lost the game and he came up and was like, "I'm down today." He just walked off.
That's right.
That's just a funny thing. That's probably my favorite football movie.
Oh man, that movie ages so well.
It's hilarious.
It's a classic. Oh my gosh.
Yo, speaking on that. Nah, you can go.
Yeah, what are you? A few things. Congratulate you broke Barry Sanders' single season touchdown record, which is like amazing to think about. But what are you binging right now?
Binge watching?
Yeah.
Right now, I'm kind of in between like three, like how I got reincarnated as a slime, One Piece, and then I forgot what this one was called. Oh, Mob Psycho, and then Mob Psycho. So I'm going through those three right now.
Man, I'm not using Google myself here for those three, but I haven't ever heard of them.
Made those up, right?
Well, I mean, go to Netflix and just put anime. Just go through and just see which one you want to try. I would suggest y'all to start with Baki.
Okay,
it's a good fighting one. It's as normal as it's gonna get for you.
I think like 3 years ago you told me to get into anime. I told you I wouldn't. I never did. So
it's
maybe
fine. Try.
we'll give it a shot.
It's a fighting one. You know, everybody loves a good fighting without all the little special powers. They just fight. That's it. But they are a little crazy in there though. It's like people who are in prison and they all just sort of got like this sense of I need to go to Japan to find out it's like they knew they're not gonna die because they feel like they're just invincible, right? Most of them are in prison just because they just there because they ain't got they can leave if they want to, but they just there. But now they got a sense of like an urgency to go to Japan for a tournament because they feel like now is their chance they're gonna finally get challenged by somebody to like finally die, like release me from all this, but I ain't gonna just let you kill me. Like you gonna have to fight for it. That's what Baki is. It's basically it's gonna be a tournament of 5 people versus 5, and they can fight anywhere. There's no rules. Anything goes. Baki.
I'll start with that.
You'll love it.
I'll start with Baki. Everybody listening and watching.
Baki. Baki. That's it.
And with football here, the Deuce is loose. Deuce is going to the Panthers, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's, what was your relationship with him? How do you like? I mean, you're a free agent too now. I mean,
no, that's my dog, and I appreciate Deuce for everything. Honestly, I feel like I've learned so much with Deuce, and just being in the league, I learned a lot. And more in the details of just running the ball, more in the details of learning what to do in the open field, how to take somebody on, how to keep your legs safe, how to keep yourself going in a huddle, of like keep moving your feet. But he was just great as a good coach, as in the repetition of telling you the details. And I feel like that's just what he does best because he really cares and he really just wants everybody to go out there to do the best that they can. And I'm sad, but at the same time, he has, he got to go. This is his thing. He just got to go. He has his reasons, and he already told us before that he was leaving. So it's not like he just threw it on us.
He's got to be a head coach someday. I mean, I'm sure that's what he's looking for. So
Deuce Gill's head coach. Oh, that team is gonna be crazy. That team is gonna really play for that man because that man is a dog, and he knows how to get people motivated for sure. He got me motivated. started bringing out another gear in mine that I didn't even know I had, especially at like just the day-to-day practice. So I'm just trying to make sure I stay up to that level of motivation that he had with us. So I'm gonna do my best though.
How would he do that? Like, how did he motivate you? What were some of his tactics?
Oh, just being real, just being him, and just letting you know the realness, good or bad, and at the same time, like just taking care of you as a player. And he understood, you know, what it's like to be a player. He played for so long, but he knew what our bodies was feeling like. He knew probably what we was going through during a certain time in the season. It's just a long season, so there's a lot to try to keep your mental straight, especially, you know, you never know what your role is. Are you playing too little? You're not getting what you want. You know what I mean? Is the team doing well or bad? You know, it depends on a lot. So having Deuce there really was like having a big brother there. A great role model to go after. Like, he answered all the questions, and then he would give more than just football. He gave more outside of football and just learning how to be a better man. And that's what I like most is when people take, especially older males when they older than me, take the time to actually trying to give advice and wisdom and trying to help you understand, like, because they probably been through it already. And so, you know, when you hear his favorite thing too is like, what good is the messenger if he don't tell you that danger is coming? You know what I mean? Like, I be liking things like that. And I still got a quote from him too. He said, adversity stays with the weak forever, but it's temporary for the strong, you know, but visits the strong. I'm sorry. And it, like, that one is a great one too, because it's just like, it shows you, you know, everybody's gonna go through adversity, but are you gonna be mentally strong enough to just understand that adversity happens, keep it pushing, and don't use it as a crutch, don't use it as an excuse. And that's what, you know, I just learned from him, just keep going. I mean, I had it in me already, but it's good to see other people who have the same type of mindset of being a dog, being a real mother, being a real, you know, that type of running back of understanding how to play the game. So he just tried to make sure everybody had that type of mentality. So he a big part into a team. So I'm just going to try, if I can, to fill that role.
Unless he offers you a lot of money. Which convinces Carolina to say,
hey, that field though. Ooh, shit.
Rough.
Oh my gosh, that field felt like this. Just put baby turf over it.
Oh yeah, that was a rough day at the office for Detroit. Right?
Yeah, I mean, that was mostly just because it was, I guess for some people it was just cold, and it was like.
But the field was absolute.
Oh, the field was horrible. That field felt like I was on frozen ice.
Ugh.
Like, I'm surprised if we was to get in front of them, like at least made the running backs actually have to stop their feet. Like, they didn't have to stop their feet not once in that game. They was really just
They're used to it.
I guess, but it was like we weren't even in the way.
Yeah.
Like, hit them. You know what I mean? Just hit them, let them stop their feet, but they never did. So, but that's when DC was like, well, back to pads. I was like, oh snap.
What did you say? Oh, put the pads on?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, was it a rough week of practice after that game?
I mean, like, for me, I just don't like pads. Like, I'm just used to, I just hate pads during the week because I understand what we about to be doing. I don't want to be touched.
Yeah, because you're simmering, like you said,
Yeah.
in the week.
I promise you, I don't want to be touched during the week at all and just wait for the game. But I understand, I understand going at full speed, but we ain't got to touch each other for that. Let's just get this work done. Go through the plays, get ready for the game, go from there. But no, all these little youngsters around. Let's put them on. Let's go. And they be having attitudes. I'm like, hey, let's just go and get this done. Like, come on, get the mindset. Let's go out here. And then after practice, we feel all good because we, you know what I mean? We got after it today. And then it just gets you ready for the game. So it depends sometimes. Like, for Green Bay, we didn't have to do all that because we had enough vets on the team to understand, like, Sunday come, we going to work. We don't need that motive. We don't need all that. So
when you're trying to zap, a franchise to life,
you need that. You need that joke. You need to be on people and let them know, like, let's get this going until we actually made it. Don't let these few wins, take over your head like we in there already. And we did a great job just trying to stay level headed. It's just learning with experience of just with the little ones. But for me, I got to do more. I feel like I just got to do more, a little bit more communication and keep it at a steady level, consistent level every week to just for me to feel like more of a vet. A good vet. Put it like that. A good vet.
I think Connor had a question, right? Somebody did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Since I think I forget who brought up that game against the Packers, but that post game interview, that was like one of the most entertaining ones that I've seen in like a long time. Obviously, like you start off like real deep emotional stuff about the passing of your loved one and how you're playing for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just like start cutting a promo about how people were like talking shit about the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Just like take me through that moment.
Well, at the time it was just a lot happening. Like for my family, I had both my great grandparents die. So my great grandmother died too, but she died before my great grandpa did. And I'm just blessed for them to now they both rest in peace. They both together, and not one of them have to hurt just longing for each other. You know what I mean? So, like when I lost her, it was a little hard just because we was about to start the season, and I was like, I was into it too much. But once the season started, I'm good. And then my great grandpa passed probably like the Chicago game. And like somebody was asking me on the team, one of the people who worked there, he was like, you want the team to know? I'm like, nah, let's keep this quiet. I don't need everybody to be worried too much about what's happening to me, and let's just play football. Let's finish the season strong. And so when I got the ball, the game ball, all that, it's just like all my emotions just finally came, and I felt like now, like I had like 4 people that's very important to me die probably in the past 2 years, pretty quick. But they was like really almost back to back. It was like back to back. And I just felt all of them like looking down on me, being proud of me. And like as soon as I got the ball, I just started crying. And the first person I thought was my great grandpa, just because his was just so recent. And it's just like I just finally felt, because I'm my biggest critic too, and so I just had a lot on my shoulders, and then I just felt like a lot of it just came off, and I just took it off and understood that they proud of me no matter what I do. I don't have to be great, man. I could have a bad game and they still be proud of me. But this game was just so great for me and important to me to have a great game, and to get the player of the game ball too is just my first player of the game ball, I think, in the Sunday night game. And it just all just flowed out at the time. So, but then at the time, after I got it all out and I paid my respects and stuff, I went back to, because I didn't watch nothing was happening. DC the one that did this. He the one that made me like that. Because we was in meetings and he was like, before we left, he just played a whole like a little promo cut of just everybody just talking shit about us, saying, "Oh yeah, it's the Cinderella game for the Packers. They go bust their ticket into the playoffs." And I'm just like, ugh. And it was only like 2 minutes, 2.5, but that was enough for me to just be like, all right, for sure. I already had it in me already. I was already simmering. Don't worry, I was simmering, but then he really made me simmer. I had to really simmer, and I already knew the first. Like when I went out for pregame, I already knew I was gonna put on heavy metal, everything. Because I remember last time I came out there and we lost, and like Thursday night and we lost, and I was just like, ugh, like it's still in my mouth. You know what I mean? Pause. And it was just, yeah, and it was just too much that was happening. But this game just felt so right. Everything was happening right. And credit to Deuce too, because Deuce showed me something, and I started doing it in the Bears game, and it really helped. And I really be thinking it wouldn't help, but it did. But it's really just slowing down even more. Like I really slowed down and really brought the defenders to the linemen, and like really slowing down, because I really be feeling like when I see people like Aaron Jones and all these little fast little fuckers, I'll be like, damn, I gotta speed up. I gotta get it. You know what I mean?
Maybe a little more Le'Veon Bell. Just
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
waiting.
And that works for me. Is really just sitting there waiting for them to make their move and then hitting the hole. Because the longer you sit there, I've noticed like D linemen get real restless and then because they waiting for it real quick. And once they see it, they on there. But when you back there and then they barely looking like that, then you run through the arm tackles. That's what I feel like I was doing.
It's like a game of chicken almost, you know?
It's a game of chicken. It's basically like you really playing mind games with the defense. Like you really just making them pick a hole and going to the other one. It just depends on what they doing. So, but
you mentioned Campbell's like the snippets he showed us like clips in the media or other players.
Yeah, it was everything. It was media. It had Aaron on there talking shit. Aaron Jones, my boy, he was like, "Oh yeah, we going to the playoffs." Yeah, I was like, yeah. We didn't even talk that whole week. We didn't.
Because you guys are really close, right?
Yeah. But we didn't talk that whole week. I was like, all right, it's that game, huh? All right, let's get it. Yeah. But after the game, we was all good. But yeah, that's just the part of the game that I love the most is just being competitive, positive competition, and like, get yourself ready for the game. After the game, it's all love. You know what I mean? But yeah, I had to make sure they understand, like, we ain't gonna take that noise no more. That's all. Like, y'all really thought they were gonna win it. And I'm glad I should have said some more stuff, but I didn't want to be disrespectful. I was gonna be like, nah, just play.
Oh, you were all lovey-dovey with the players out there. You were
boys. Like I had to let A-Rod know I got a little pouch in my jersey now because of him.
Did he tell you what he's gonna do this season when you're out there on the field?
No.
Nah.
I just gave him. I don't know what he's on, so I made sure that I tell him, I appreciate him, everything he taught me for just being in with the Green Bay Packers, and I appreciate just watching him as a professional and how he go about his business, and because for me, I had the question already, like, why are these players still here? Like, why are they, year 10? Mason Crosby still there, crazy, but you understand why. Like, you see him kick consistent, and that's my favorite word to use in the league is as long as you're consistent, you're more consistent than anything, you're good, because you're going to mess up once or twice, but it's very rare. You know what I mean? So I just feel like when I watch them, Clay Matthews too, and just all of them, I just love the environment that I was in to learn how to play football, learn how to be a professional, learn what type of situation we in, what type of game this is. Like, every game is important, but like just putting the emphasis on certain things, like if it's a rival, if it's a playoff game, if it's they need this game to get into the playoffs, or we need this game to clinch the playoff, clinch the division or something. You know what I mean? It just depends. So oh,
is that
that's the other series.
Oh, that's on the desk.
Oh, I did that. Hold on. My bad, y'all. The Amazon Siri went crazy. Dang it.
Man.
I forgot where I was at. But yeah, basically just, paying attention to the details is what they was good at. But at the same time, they was always having fun. So don't take it too serious without having fun with it. Because once you don't have fun with it no more, it's time to.
You're having fun in Detroit.
Oh yeah.
Well, you should let everybody know what you do in the spring. You're gonna stick around with the Lions. You have a certain dollar amount you're looking for. You're gonna test the market.
Me?
What's going on?
I can't say all that. That's not my job. That's not my. That's why I let the agent.
That's right.
That's what the agent handles that.
You made the rounds on Radio Row. I think I saw that. Like you expressed how much you like playing in Detroit and where you're at.
Oh yeah, that's all I can do is just express how much I like it, and we go from there. You can't question what my motives are already.
But you're a running back. You should definitely get every penny that you
most
can
definitely.
Get.
But the difference between me is consistency. I'm gonna keep it consistent. I'm gonna play. That's the crazy part. And I'm not, we're not gonna I'm not gonna try to get hurt at all. I feel like I'm very durable. And that's just the game that I play is learning how to play. Like, I tell you, the last 5 games, I played with a whole broken hand. Like
Did you really?
Yeah, right.
This hand right here.
Feel that right there.
Yeah, that's
that
pretty
was
busted up.
Yeah, that was broken. and I was holding on to the ball and stiff arming people with this.
I mean, that's something where a lot of running backs would just shut it down, right?
Exactly. But my mindset already is I can't. This is not going to be the reason why I won't play. You know what I mean? Because I could play through it. I know what to do. Shit, if I got to shoot it up, shoot it up. I don't even like needles, but I was crying like a girl for the last 4 games. I was like, oh, come on, do it. Come on, do it. I was crying, bro.
Cortisone, Toradol.
You
don't even know.
I don't care no more. Just as long as I can get
Numb
to
it
the
up.
game. Yeah, as long as I get to the game and feel cool. Then like the last game, I was like, oh yeah, it feels great. Yeah.
Like, do this again.
Yeah.
Or is this not? Oh,
It's gone.
that knuckle's gone.
Yeah, that nigga was gold, which is hilarious. Yeah. So it's just football. All football players got fucked up fingers. Just know that for sure. My pinky never goes straight.
I was gonna say, like, what?
This one's broke.
That one is pretty busted up. Look at that.
Yeah, this one was looking this way.
What was that from? On your right hand?
Freaking Jordan Love, asshole, during he didn't mean to do it. This is just when he first got there. You know, when rookies first get there, they always doing the extras. And he was just throwing like routes on air. But he was singing those things. Like you could hear it. Like you could hear the zzz. And I'm like, I caught it. And I was coming back and I looked at my finger, my thing was looking that way. Jeez. And this one Hacky Sack was there. I'm like, Hacky Sack, come here, bro. Come here. And he was like, what? And I showed him, he was like, whoa. He was like, don't. He was more afraid of it than me. That made me scared. I'm like, he's like, don't look at it. Don't look at it. I'm like,
who said that?
Hacky Sack.
Oh.
Nathaniel.
Oh,
Nathaniel
Hackett.
Hackett.
You call him Hacky Sack. Okay.
I call him Hacky Sack.
So he was looking at you just terrified.
Oh, he was more terrified than me. He was like, Trainer!
Was it like pointed out?
Yeah, it was
90 degree.
They put it right here. And I wish I could go a little further, but you know, that's whatever.
What did they do? Did they just snap it?
Yeah. And
Snap it back?
And then I went straight just to going back to practice. And then after that.
So Jordan Love can sling it, you're telling me.
Yeah, he's an ass. He broke my pinky.
Well, when he's the starting quarterback this year and he earns himself a lot of money, maybe
Yeah, I'm about to play defense and sack his ass sometime. I'm gonna be like off like Goldberg off of Longest Yard.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, sacked your ass.
So that pinky is all. I mean, that maybe show up to the camera. You got to show people. Look at that
thing.
thing.
Is ugly. Yeah, that thing is ugly. Look. It still go this way.
So you weren't trying to do that.
It don't go. It don't go that way. See, that's all. This one at least get there. But this one is done. That's all.
Oh my god, Jamal, you're the man.
Appreciate it.
That was incredible.
Thank you.
I mean, we could probably do this for another 3 hours, but you got things to do.
He got things to do.
No, we can keep. I mean, it's up to you. But
I got Harry Potter to play. I won't lie to you. I would love to do it, but I gotta get on.
You do.
I gotta be the top Slytherin. I have no time to chance. You know, it's all about power and ambition. I love Harry. It's so great.
It is good.
I wish I could talk in that voice, but I have no English accent. I can't.
You should maybe work a little Harry Potter into your introduction.
I'm telling you, mine's is just, where is she? I'll be dead. Can we trust him? I'm sorry. that's
yeah, man. I think I got the coffin fit.
That's all I got. That's all I can do.
Hey, everybody, you're all awesome. Thanks so much for hanging out with us.
I appreciate
here.
That. You guys are
down
awesome.
in Arizona.
Thank you for having me. Come back next year.
Oh, you're a recurring guest now, so it's gonna happen again and again.
The Swag Daddy will be back. The defender of Gotham is always here. Already did. Can we trust him?